Hi everyone, my name is Vasil. I live in Canada since 2021. First time I was in 2002 when I was a student. So now I live in New Brunswick in Moncton, and would like you to say a few words about Hopewell Rocks. As far as I visited this place recently, I decided to provide you some information from the website nbparks.ca. So on the pictures, on the video, you may see these rocks that last for centuries, maybe thousands of years. Let me see the information and provide you with. So for thousands of years, the massive tides of the Bay of Fundy have been patiently sculpting their masterpiece in Hopewell, Cape, New Brunswick, with over 23 standing sea stacks peppered along 2 kilometers of shoreline. No Atlantic Canadian vacation is complete without experiencing these icons. And just when you think you have seen it all, wait 6 hours as the ocean floor transforms in ways you wouldn't have believed possible. You have the flexibility to see both high and low tides. Sturdy footwear is recommended for exploring trails and shoreline. Be sure to check tide times prior to your visit to see when it will be safe to explore ocean floor. Sea stacks, also known as flower pots, come in an astounding variety of size and shapes. Guests need only gaze upon them to understand why they were given the whimsical names of elephant, bear, dinosaur, E.T., and even mother-in-law. The Hopewell Rocks Provincial Park has 3 primary access points to the ocean floor. Main deck offers a large metal staircase complete with a spacious viewing platform. Here you just see this platform on the video. Guests can descend the 99 stairs to the ocean floor, and after exploring can boast a bragging right to having climbed the 101 steps back to the top. For those who are not a fan of stairs, venturing a little further towards North Beach grants you access to a ramp with benches strategically placed along the incline. Although the ramp is suitable for wheelchairs, many find the ocean floor to be too challenging to navigate on wheels. Finally, the treasures of Demoiselle await those who walk the trail leading south from behind the interpretive center. This ocean floor's access requires no stairs or ramps, as the trail gently descends to sea level. No matter which ocean floor access point you choose, the shoreline can be fully explored at low tide. Your stroll will be relatively easy until reaching the ledges. Many use the ledges as turnaround point, but our more adventurous guests may choose to climb over this outcrop ridge of limestone rock. Caution must be used, of course, as the ledges are often slippery and can shift underfoot. And short information about the trail. So length is approximately 0.8 kilometers. Estimated time is approximately 0.25 hours, like almost half an hour. And difficulty, I would say it's easy. There is also interesting information that let me see. In New Brunswick, you are never more than an hour away from a park in New Brunswick. So I can give you a list of provincial parks: Sugarloaf Provincial Park, Mount Carleton Provincial Park, Mactaquac, sorry that for my pronunciation, I don't know, because it's like name probably not from English, like derives from First nation language, Maktakwak Provincial Park, the Anchorage Provincial Park, Republic Provincial Park, Parley Beach Provincial Park, North Lake Provincial Park, New River Beach Provincial Park, Murray Beach Provincial Park, Hopewell Rocks Provincial Park that you see on the photos, like on the videos, and Herring Cove Provincial Park. For those who are not from New Brunswick, who are from other province of Canada, or not even from Canada, like tourists from other countries, I would like to say a few words about New Brunswick. So New Brunswick is the largest of Canada's 3 maritime provinces. It is located under Quebec-Gaspé Peninsula and beside the state of Maine. State of the USA. New Brunswick was one of the first provinces, along with Ontario, Quebec and Nova Scotia, to join together to form the Dominion of Canada in 1867. New Brunswick has experienced immigration on a smaller scale from all over the world, and today boasts a varied and increasingly multicultural population. Here are some basic facts. Population. According to 2011 census data, New Brunswick has a total population of 751,171. So St. John is the largest city in the province with a population of 70,000 and something like 70,000, let's say. It's also the province's oldest city. Moncton is home to 69,000 people, while Fredericton, the provincial capital, has a population of 56,000, like more than 56,000. Bathurst's population is more than 12,000, Edmonton's more than 16,000, and Campbellton's more than 7,000 people. Miramichi, established on January 1st, 1995, is comprised of several communities in the Chatham. I don't know how to pronounce correctly the names because they can deliver from not only from English, from local languages, and Newcastle areas, and boasts a population of 17,000. Dieppe became the 8th New Brunswick city on January 1st, 2003. Dieppe's population in 2011 was more than 23,000, but now it's bigger. It's like definitely bigger. So now we call it Great Moncton area, like something similar as people say to Great Toronto area. So if we talk about Great Moncton area, so we include here 3 cities, 3 towns: Dieppe, Moncton and Riverview. New Brunswick is Canada's only official bilingual province. About 33% of the population is French speaking. What about measurement? So Canada officially uses a international system for measurements, Système International d'Unité, or SI, or the metric system. New Brunswick officially adopted metric units for provincial government use with the Metric Conversion Act of 1977. Imperial and US standard units like feet, pounds, ounce often persist in general use. Chief fly in relation to personal height and weight, sale of produce and meat, poultry, in cooking, etc. In New Brunswick, as in all of Canada, temperatures are given in degrees Celsius rather than Fahrenheit. Distances are expressed in kilometers and meters. So, but I saw often that people use also Fahrenheit. Public holidays. Of course, it's New Year's Day, January 1st, Family Day, 3rd Monday in February, Good Friday, first Friday after the full moon that occurs on or after March 21st, Easter Monday, first Monday after Good Friday, Victoria Day, 3rd Monday in May, Canada Day, July 1st, New Brunswick Day, first Monday in August, Labor Day, first Monday in September, Thanksgiving Day, second Monday in October, Remembrance Day, November 11th, Christmas Day, December 25, Boxing Day, December 26. Some interesting facts about New Brunswick. New Brunswick is Canada's only official bilingual province. English and French have been the province's official languages since 1969. The New Brunswick's Bay of Fundy has the highest tide on Earth and is one of the most accessible viewing areas for marine life in the world. The St. John River system is the second largest on the North America's Atlantic coastline and extends from the northwest point of the province to the southern coast, where it empties into the Bay of Fundy at St. John. New Brunswick has many species of birds. Grand Manan Island in the Fundy Isles is one of the top birding spots in North America. Grand Manan Island is also the dulse capital of the world. Dulse is an edible dried seaweed with many healthy properties, containing many minerals and a variety of vitamins. New Brunswick has more than 60 lighthouses and is famous for its inland lighthouse system that dots its inland rivers. New Brunswick has more than 55 remaining covered bridges, and Kings County is considered the covered bridge capital of Atlantic Canada. New Brunswick has, it's very important, the warmest saltwater beaches in Canada. New Brunswick is accessible from major airports and highways, as well as cruise ship, ferry, and by rail. The Appalachian Range is one of the oldest mountain ranges on Earth. Here I see some New Brunswick inventions. So I see information about scuba tank invented in New Brunswick. After I see compound steam engine, Benjamin T. Burst Fredericton 1845 invention. Next, snowblower, Robert Carr Harris, Dalhousie 1870. So it's very popular when we have much snow. So some people cannot imagine life without snowblower. Next, sardine cans. It was invented in 1932. Clothes washer with roller wringer. So 1843. Combined hot and cold water faucets. Well, it's written that it was invented in New Brunswick in 1880s. Some information about weather. New Brunswick has a blend of climates typical for a coastal area and of an inland province. January is generally the coldest month in New Brunswick and July is the warmest. However, influxes of moist Atlantic air produce mild spells in winter and periods of cold weather in summer. Summers are typically warm and comfortable, but not too hot. Along the Bay of Fundy coast, average daytime highs vary between 20 and 22 degrees Celsius in the summer, with higher temperatures as you move inland. Like especially in Moncton, temperatures are much more higher than in St. John, let's say. So for those who would like to have chilly weather in summer, so it's better to move to St. John, but it's just like small, piece of information. Many pleasant but cooler days are experienced in spring and autumn. Spring and early summer are notably dry over New Brunswick, but there is ample water during the growing season. The interior highlands record about 1,200 millimeters of rainfall a year, with the heaviest amounts falling during the summer months. In winter, average temperature decreases noticeably from south to north. The interior, which has elevations above 600 meters and is more directly in the path of continental air masses, often experience very cold winter. And some brief information about government and politics. In New Brunswick, the lieutenant governor appointed to represent the Queen is at the head of our provincial government. Seated in Fredericton, provincial elections have a fixed date and are held every 4 years on the first Monday of September to elect members of the Legislative Assembly, MLAs, so-called. The 49 members of New Brunswick's Legislative Assembly represent individual constituencies. The party with the most elected members from the provincial government, and its leader is Premier of the province. The current provincial government is headed by, but information could be outdated, friendly speaking, I don't know. What we have at the day. New Brunswick has 10 appointed seats in the Canadian Senate and elects 10 members of the House of Commons of Canada. Any Canadian citizen 18 years of age or older who has been a resident for 6 months is entitled to vote. So if you would like to vote in New Brunswick and influence in this province, so welcome to New Brunswick. As I have already mentioned, since you have older than 18 years old and reside here for more than 6 months, 6 or more months, so you will be entitled to vote. So welcome to New